Hi there, brick builders. Today we're back in the city with a bus. And this bus is a bit of a premiere. It's the first Sluban set on this channel. It's a London double-decker bus. It's the Sluban M38 B0708, sporting 382 parts with a length of 21 centimeters. It includes 3 minifigs and a bike, and it's a rather interesting combination. But first things first, have a look at the box. This series is called Model Bricks. Maybe that's the reason for the M and the serial number. On another note, this box is big. This box is bigger as the set. This box will include the set easily. It's maybe twice as wide as the set long is, and nobody knows really why. On the front here we have a picture of all the bus and all the other stuff that comes with. On the top we got a black bit of cardboard with a handle on it, and on the back we got a shot from the back of the bus. And also some pictures about the modularity of this bus. It's a modular bus, so you can lift the roof, you can lift the first floor, and you can easily put your minifigs inside there. Last but not least, we got a bit of advertising for the other models in this set. The rest of the box is mainly black with some sprinkling in sticker-like prints on the sides, showing the model number and the set, but it's all very classic. So let's have a look at the minifigs in this set. We have 3 of them. We have the bus driver, we have a guest with an umbrella, and of course, as really we need it, we got a clown on a bike. I don't know why. Each of those minifigs differs greatly from the ones that you get with Lego or even Kobe, since the heads are not just movable, not just turnable, but also ride on a ball joint, so that this minifigures can also nod or put the head to the side as we see it by now. The same is true for the hands. They're also put on ball joints, so they can move much more than any Lego figurine can do that. The downside of these figurines is really the prints. These are not as good as we know them from other companies. They are a bit faded at least. Also, those figurines can move their hips. Both legs are to be used and set individually. They can sit down, they can stand up on the studs. The bike, on the other hand, does have movable wheels. These wheels are put together by a rim and a tire, and they can of course move, and they do move well, but everything else doesn't move at all, so you can't steer this bike. Lego accessories might work partially with these figurines. For example, the Sluban heads do have a stud inside the head to put into the stud on the head of the figurine. I didn't test if a Lego head would sit on that flush or good. The hands on the other side seem to be fully compatible. So let's have a deeper look on the bus. As you might have already spotted, this roof looks a bit weird. That's because it's glued. This is because the slopes that build up the roof don't really cut it when it comes to get played by with a kit. So as a preemptive measure, I decided to glue it in place the first time without trying to rebuild it 1,000 times. To my surprise, this is the only part of the bus that is rather unstable. The rest of it you can really toss around without having too many casualties. Don't get me wrong, the clutch power of this set is not in the realm of Lego, Mold King or even Kobe, but it's really something you can work with, and there's not much of parts that are not really up to the tasks except for those slopes on the roof. In addition, the ABS Sluban uses seems to be a bit softer than the ones from Lego or Kobe or all the others. Sluban seems to have found their own equilibrium between having a bit of a softer material and also having a bit of a okay clutch power. But let's remove the upper floor. This time there's no glue present. And the interior consists mainly of some seats. So let's have a look on the chassis on the floor. As at the interior, there are also mainly seats. There's no ladder or steps to the upper floor. The typical tiled front look of the London buses is proven rather okay here. The only exception is that the transparent box where the driver normally works in those buses is empty in this case, since the scale doesn't allow to put a minifig in there, so the driver had to move back to do his work, so to speak, at the first passenger place. Here we see that Sluban also does have something on their studs. This time it's the M38. I don't know why. I guess it's the company name or maybe the product range name that they use there. The screens and windows are not really scratched up too much and they're also not too milky. Let's have a look at the clown on the bike. In contrary to some other sets from some other producers, this time the clown is able to easily put his hands on the handlebar. There is a stat below. And you get an extra wheel with this bike, so an extra rim plus tire. As well as the other figurines, he can move his head side to side, also the hands side to side. These are white, in contrary to the other figurines which do have flesh color. He can move his legs individually. They are also molded in different colors with this clown, and he can turn the hips as all the figurines can with the Sluban figurines here. He also has another type of jacket or belt on his shoulders like many clowns do have. Why there is a clown with a bike with this bus? I guess only Sluban does know that one. But have a look at the instructions. These are first of all big enough, they don't pose too many riddles. All steps are grayed out, only the current pieces that are needed in the current step are in color. There are no sections or partitions, there are only steps, and for the almost 400 pieces that's okay. After step 29 we are ready with the set. So let's open this big box. If you do so, you first get greeted by a tray. A tray just like many others use them. The exception this time is that it seems that this tray is almost empty. Here we got the stickers. Everything that you have seen on this bus is done with stickers. The line signs, the country signs, the double-decker signs, and also the stickers for the dashboard. If you're searching for prints in this set, you need to reference to the figurines. On the bottom of this tray you get the instructions, and then the building can commence. This time, as so many times with this play sets, my daughter is the main builder here. So she's really filling up the city to a point where someday I might be able to show it. So for whom is the set? First of all, it's a play set. This is discovered by the motif, the colors, the figurines, the play features. In general, the clutch power is okay, also okay for playing. This with the exceptions of the slopes and the roof. These will be needed to be glued if you like to play with it. If you like to just display this set, there is no need to do that, but you've been warned, it's not holding very well together. The rest of the bus holds together well. That's not like a Kobe bus that survives a fall from a couple of meters, but it's okay to put the things together after a rather harsh accident. The figurines are also made for playing. They don't have the smartest prints on Earth on them, but they are much more posable, they are much more movable than everything Lego ever has given us. The model itself rather resembles the original. It's even a special double-decker bus that was the original for this set. So there might be a bit of a display value also if you really like this, or if you really like Great Britain and these double-deckers. At least the recognition value is absolutely there. So for this scale it's a real good model there, but for the display value that's also the problem. It would be rather nice to have this model at double the size and double the parts, so that you have the space to put in more details and a staircase and 2 doors and everything that the real model does have, but not this small one, and of course with a place where a driver really can sit where he does in the original. For parts, this set is suitable. There are no odd colors found, so you get red, you get yellow, you get transparent, and you get the seats basically. This of course is again except of the roof slopes, which are not really suitable for building a mock with it, for example. The working aspect is also there. The bus rolls well, as you have seen. The bike also does roll, so no problems there. And of course, it's true, the combination here is a bit odd. You got this red bus, you got this red London bus, you got the driver, which is okay, you get a guest, which is okay. But what the hell is with this clown and the bike? Okay, you might see these clowns in the tourist attractions of London, but do you really need them in a bus set there? Would there be a mother with a kid better and maybe a stroller or something like that? So I don't know what they were thinking, but maybe they were thinking something, since in the end they did something. So with about 25 euros, the set is about in the range where it should be, so there's no real holding back when you consider buying something for your kids. And if you really like it, you might buy it for yourself. Building the set is easy enough, there are no problems with the instructions, and there are also no problems with lifting parts of the set to play with it. So if you take the set for your junior, you might not be bothered too much with it, since your junior won't come around the corner every 5 minutes to have you rebuilding the whole thing. Compared to all the other producers, Sluban uses a bit softer plastics for its ABS. This has an advantage when it's about fitting the bricks together. It does also have a bit of a surface problem in that regard, that the surfaces look a bit different than from all the other ones. So it's up on you. If you like the look, just buy it. If you don't, just leave it and take somebody else's sets. So that's it for another video. If you like what you've seen, please press the like button. If you didn't like what you have seen, please press the didn't like button. If you have comments about Sluban, or even if about your experiences with this set or other Sluban sets, maybe older ones, please comment that. I'm really interested in that. And if you really like to have this type of video every week, or maybe a bit other types also, please subscribe. But that's it for the moment. Have fun building, have fun watching, have fun playing, and see you!